رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. So assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. So how are you all doing today? I hope you all are doing well, and alhamdulillah I'm doing good as well. So in this video I will help you to learn English within 3 months. But I'm not saying that I will make you fluent in English within 3 months. If you think that, then this video is not for you. And at the end of this video, I will let you know my journey of learning this language. So first of all, what you need to do is that 1 week you need to start listening. You should start listening whatever you like. It may be any podcast, it can be any cartoons, it can be any games or movies. Whatever you like, just try to listen, just try to watch that, right? I know it will make you feel so uncomfortable, but it's okay. Just having said that, just try to listen more and more. Because I know it for a fact that listening is the only one way when we learn a new language, right? Like just take the examples of our childhood. When we were a child, and at that point of time we didn't know about grammar and structures. But having said that, we were able to speak in Hindi. How? Just because of environment. We would listen to our family members, we would listen to our parents and siblings, and everyone would speak in Hindi language. And then after we would imitate them. And likewise we learn a new language, right? So just try to listen more and more. And then after around 7 weeks, you need to work on the grammar. I know most of the people say that grammar is not important for speaking English. So yeah, that's true. Grammar is not important for speaking English, but it's only for those persons who has the environment of speaking English, where their family members, friends, everyone around them, they speak in English language. So for that person, grammar is not important. They can learn this language by listening them, right? But the person who doesn't have the environment of speaking English there, where no one is speaking English around them, that person need to learn grammar. Because when we learn a grammar, then ever we are able to understand that how to construct a sentences, right? But make sure that in grammar you don't need to go so deep. There are some sort of things that you need to learn. To learn tense, then after you need to learn modals, and after that you need to learn causative verbs, then after you need to learn conditional sentences, and last but not the least is that you need to learn vocabulary and phrasal verbs, and that's very important. So every day just try to learn 5 vocabularies, and then after just try to make some sentences of it, right? So when you cross your 2 months, at the end of this month, in 3 months, you should try to speak more and more, because speaking comes from speaking, right? So initial time you don't try to speak with anyone, because what happens is that sometimes when we are learner, and if we try to speak with anyone, they make fun of us. And even then they don't they make fun of us. What happens? We just start, sometimes we feel inferior, that person is better than me, how would I talk with that person? So it makes us feel so inferior. It gives us the negative vibes. So initial time, don't try to do this thing. Instead of talk with anyone, just try to talk with yourself. Just try to talk in front of the mirror, or you just record yourself. I think recording is the best way. When you record yourself, you'll be able to analyze that where you are making the mistake. But make sure while you're making mistake, never feel inferior. Never feel that, oh, I'm making mistake, how will I be able to learn? No, because making mistake is a stepping stone to success. If you don't make mistake, how will you be able to learn? So make sure while you are making mistake, just try to correct it. Every day, when you start doing these things, you will grow, right? Now I'm going to share my journey of speaking English language. So I started learning this language in 2022, and at that point of time, I had lots of self-doubt. I was thinking, I'm from Bihar, and in my surrounding there were no one who would speak English. And I was thinking, how will I be able to speak English? And what if I make the mistake? Who will correct me? And there were one thing like, I'm from a Hindi background, so will I be able to learn this language or not? I don't know how many vocabularies will I have to learn, how to construct a sentence. There were lots of things on my head that it was like a burden on me that I won't be able to speak. But then after I thought, no, let's take a risk. And after that, I started watching the videos like how to learn English, how can I improve myself. I don't know how long will I whenever I had any doubts now, I would try to search on the YouTube channel. So what I started, I just made my to-do list. I will share you my to-do list. So in my to-do list, I first around 1 hour I would listen, and whenever I would listen anything, if I would get any unfamiliar vocabulary, I would just jot down in my notebook, and then after I would make some sentences of it. And then after, while we are doing practice of speaking with myself or with anyone, that I would just try to utilize that vocabulary. It's not possible for all the time, but whenever I would not able to utilize that vocabulary with anyone, I would do like a storytelling. I would start speaking about my past or about the thing that happened with my life or that I want to aspire with my life. So I just try to utilize that vocabulary like this. And then after I started every day, I just made my routine that I will learn with 5 vocabularies. One is like advanced structures as well. And then after I started doing one more thing, and that is thinking English. It really helped me a lot to improve my English. Initial time, I would make me feel so uncomfortable. I would thinking, what am I doing? It was making me feel uncomfortable. But at the same point of time, I would think like, if I don't be uncomfortable today, then how would I be able to comfortable with this language? So I was able to, I had just made my mind say, it's okay, I'm ready to bear this pain. Because if I don't do these things, I won't be able to reach my goal. I won't be able to learn this language. So I just want to say you all guys, if you are doing anything, I'm not saying about the English language, because you need to understand that the process is always boring. When you are doing something, it will always make you feel so bored. But the person who gets success in their life, he feel like I'm feeling boring. But if you start thinking about the result, it will make you feel so glad. It will motivate you to do those things, right? So just try to, these days 2024 is about to come. So these days just try to do that things that you make you feel uncomfortable, because when you start going uncomfortable zone, it will help you to grow in your life. So I think this video helped. So if this video helped you, so please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day.